Hi all, Nicole Herrick here. Just another quick video blog on how to get the best results for your small business using technology. So today it is the end of the year that I'm posting this video blog. So it's the 27th, just after Christmas. And I wanted to say this is a great time to go and have a look at your Google Analytics results for the year. Okay, so we just need to search for Google Analytics. There we go. And here we go. We want to click on this one. And then we want to sign in. Now you'll use, most of you should have signed up to Google Analytics, not Google Analytics Premium. Okay, so it should be this one. And you need to log in using the Gmail account that you used to set it up. So now there's this one. And yeah, it will always be a Gmail account usually that you use to set it up. Okay, so I'm going to look for the site that I want to have a look at, and it's my website. So this is a service website, which doesn't have a huge amount of traffic. It'll be very different analytics data that I'm showing you here to, say, a shop website or something like that. So this is just a small local provider website that will show. We're going to have a look at the example data. So the first thing we want to do is change the amount of data that we're looking at. So this at the moment is currently set to the last month. So I'm going to do it for custom, and I'm going to make it from the 1st of January 2015. Oops. 1st of January to today's date. So this is not 26th. Okay, and apply. Alright, so we are on the overview page. Okay, so what I can look at here is this is a graph showing all the amount of visitors on each day. So this was the best day, and that was 49 sessions coming to my website. So that's individual sessions. So not pages, that's individual people coming and looking at the site. And then all sorts of different ones. So the lowest would be 0. Okay, so all over the place. You can also change it by hourly, day, week, month. We're just going to leave it on day. Okay, so over here we can see that most of my traffic was from new visitors and then some returning visitors. So I will be included in some of that returning visitor traffic because I go and look at my website occasionally. So over here we can see we had a total of 3,323 sessions. There was 2,734 users, so that just goes to show that there were some returning visitors. And there's an average of 2.15 pages per session and an average time spent on the website of 1 minute and 36 sessions. So for the amount of users, they've done, that sort of shows that they've done a little bit more than 3 pages per session, and that includes the returning visitors as well. And the bounce rate is 60.01%. So that's people that come to my homepage and then leave. So 50 to 60%, 50% is around normal. Mine is at 60%, so that's a little bit high. But usually they'll sort of come and go, oh, no, that's not the right page I was looking for. So for me, 60% is not too bad, nothing I need to be worried about. If you have a store, you want to hope for around 50%, okay? Any better than that is great. And my new session's 81. Okay, so then we scroll down and we're going to have a look at the different languages that people speak. These are the people that are coming to my website. So we've got English, US, the majority, and then not set, and then Great Britain and AU. Obviously, I'm based in Australia, so it does seem a little weird that Australia is second on the list, but most Australians have their computer language or their phone language set to US or Great Britain, so that's totally not even, an issue. But so I can actually see a bit better where my customers are coming from by going to country. So here I can see that yes, the majority are coming from Australia. Okay, and then we've got all these other ones, which are, look, most websites you'll have traffic from all over the world, and that's nothing to be worried about. I can also have a look at city, and we can see that the majority are from Melbourne, which is where I'm based, and I'm pretty much a local service, even though I do provide Australia-wide service. Okay, so that's great. I'm targeting the right audience. Now I can go and have a look at the different browsers that my customers are using. And these days, Google Chrome is definitely the most used browser system. So you want to make sure that your website is optimized always for Chrome mainly. Okay. Internet Explorer is pretty much dead these days. So a lot of people used to use Internet Explorer. If you're still using it, switch to Google Chrome or Safari if you're on a Mac, okay? Because it's old school and doesn't show up websites very well at all. Okay. Our operating system, so we can see that our users mainly are on PCs, but actually they're pretty much half and half. And we don't need to look at service provider. We can go and have a look at the mobile operating system. So we can see that the majority are using Apple phones, and then some of them are using Android. Okay. Screen resolution. So this is an interesting one. We can see that not many people are using super huge monitors. The majority are using laptops and then smaller screens. So that's good. We know that our website is set up usually for about the size of a laptop screen. If you had a lot of traffic that was looking for really large screens, then you might need to look at changing the way that your website looks on a larger screen. Okay, so that's it for our overview page. What we're going to do now is scroll through some of these and have a look at the different things. Like, there's loads of things that you really don't need to look at in here, but feel free to just click through each and every single one of them just to have a look at and see if you can understand the data. So I'm going to have a look at demographics first. So this tells me the age of my traffic to my site and the gender. So I can see that the majority of my customers traffic I should say, are female. So that's interesting. And the majority are 25 to 34 years old. So my target market is small businesses and new businesses. So it's interesting to see that a lot of the people that are coming there are in this age group. So they're young and they're females, so which is what a lot of the new businesses are in Australia. So that overview has given me both the info for age and gender, so I don't really need to click on each of these individual ones. Let's go to the next one, which is interests, and I'll also click overview. Okay, so this is some handy information for some of you. So I can see that my users are technophiles, movie lovers, shutterbugs. So this is quite interesting information. To me, it doesn't really mean much just because I'm just a service, but you might sort of see that people are loving baby products, both these ones. They might be interested in home decorating and that kind of thing. So that, if you were an online baby product retailer or something like, these could be of interest to you. Okay. All right. Now we're going to sort of see our geo information. So we can click geo and language. And then, just to make sure, we already saw this sort of in the overview, but we can see that most people have their language set to US, even though we're AU. Our location we did already look at. But we're just going to have a look at this one. Okay, so this gives you the map to show you where your most dense customers are coming from. So I can actually click on Australia, and then it will show me that Victoria is where most of my sessions are. And I can't click further into that one, but obviously me being a Melbourne-based provider, that's just showing that I'm doing things correctly. Behaviour. Okay. So let's click on new versus returning. Okay, and we already have that information in the overview, but just to show us that, you know, the majority are definitely new visitors. Let's go to engagement, and I'm going to have a look at this. So the majority are on there for not 10 seconds. So that's sort of showing my bounce rate, okay? But so if you have a look at that versus all of these numbers added up, okay? So that's showing my 60% bounce rate. This is showing the rest, okay? So it's interesting to see that the majority of people spend 61 to 180 seconds on my site. So that's great. So that's and then the second highest is even longer. So that's great. I'm happy with that. But it just goes to show you, you know, how long, you know, you can actually see how long do people spend on my site? How many seconds do I have to get them to engage with me and to book me? Okay. The majority of page views you can see is actually no. I don't know what that one means. Just showing you that I don't know everything, so I'm not sure whether those page views mean per year. Yeah, I don't know what that one means, so I'm just going to skip that one. Okay, technology. So let's have a look at browser and OS. Again, so that's just our Chrome and that information. Have a look on mobile to see if there's any information that I don't already know. Here we go. So this shows the difference between desktop, mobile, and tablet. So for me, most of my traffic is looking at me via a desktop computer. So that's either a desktop or a laptop. And then we have a smaller amount coming from mobile and a smaller amount coming again from tablet. A lot of people, if you're an online store, you might have the mobile devices as your major one that they're coming through because they're shopping at night and that kind of thing, okay? So that's interesting data that you want to have a look at. And then let's go down to behavior. Actually, let's have a look at acquisition first. Okay, so this is an important one. We want to. Oh, actually, no, that's one that I haven't actually set up yet. I don't think. Just have a look at channels, referrals. So if anyone's referring me, okay, here we go. So, sorry, some of these I haven't actually set up yet. But if I have a look at under acquisition and referrals, I can see where some of my traffic is coming from. So I'm getting traffic from these places, which is interesting. So might want to go and have a look at what those websites are. And they've obviously got links to my page. So interesting to go and have a look at what those pages are. Okay, some of them don't look some of them look a bit dodgy, so I'm going to go and have a look at those later. And I've got 80 of them, 80 referrals. So you can see that some are coming from Facebook. Some of them are coming from my customers. Yeah, my customers. True Local. So it's good that I've been advertising on there. My customers. Interesting. Okay. So I might have been doing there's a lot of them that sort of show things like SEO and that kind of thing, and I tend to blog a bit on SEO, so that might be where some of them are coming from. Okay, if you have your Google AdWords plugged into Google Analytics, you can go and have a look at the Google AdWords. Don't think I actually do. No, I don't have that plugged in, so that's fine. Oh, sorry. Let's go to search engine optimization now. Oh, and I don't have that one set up, so I might want to enable that. Let's go to social overview. And okay, so I'm getting a lot of traffic from Facebook and a little bit of traffic from Blogger, Google Plus, and Pinterest. Okay, so that's probably interesting information for a lot of you, just not for me. I don't do any more Facebooking for my business or anything like that. Okay, I'm going to now have a look at behavior. This is what my customers do when they get on my site. Okay, so a lot of them land on or go to my product photography page. This is my main service that I provide. A lot of them also, this is both my homepage, 2 and 3, okay? And then a lot of them actually go to my client's web page. So that's something that I'll need to look at updating because I haven't updated that in a very long time. And then our next one is Let's Chat. So that's my contact page. So it's good to see that a lot of people are going there. Then a lot of people are going to my graphic design page. I don't actually do graphic design anymore, but it's still up there for SEO purposes. A lot of people are going to have a look at who I am, and then my textile design page, my website design page, and my lookbook design page. Okay, so that's interesting. And then let's have a look at the behavior flow. This is an interesting one. So this is where my customers go, how they flow through my website. So a lot of them are coming to my product photography page and they're heading through 2 different pages. So you can see the flow here. So some of them are going to this page, which is clients. Some of them are going to this page, which is different pages. I don't know what that one is. Sorry. Some of them are going, and then we have the drop-offs as well. So on my product photography page, I actually have my contact details as well. So they can just click my email address and they'll be able to contact me. So I don't need to worry too much about the amount of drop-offs on there. Because I know that some of them are still contacting me. Okay, we can have a look at, this is from the home page, and so from the home page they're going to product photography, they're going to this one, which is Let's Chat, so contacting me, they're going to my website design, or graphic design, and they're going to this one as well, so who am I, and then there's some drop-offs as well. What's this one? I don't know what that page is. I'll have to have a look. Oh, that's my home page as well, just because it's got that / so that's actually my home page. And then they're not really going to other places from these pages. But so I can have a look over here as well. So, let's have a look at the majority of the flow. So if we say they're going from product photography to clients, and then they're going back to product photography, or they're going to back to my home page, clients, who am I, graphic design, and other pages. Okay, so that's just interesting to sort of see where they go on the site. And I think that's about all that I want to have a look at for my website. Obviously, there's loads more things in here that I can have a look at. But even if you just go and have a look at your audience overview, which is that first page that we started with, even if you just go in and spend 5 minutes to have a look at that, just to see how many sessions you had, how many people came and had a look at the website, how many individual users there were, and how many pages were looked at. I mean, obviously, if you have 3,000 pages on your website, that's going to be massive usually. I've got about 20 pages on my website. Always have a look at your bounce rate. If it's over 50%, that you might need to look at why they're bouncing, who you're targeting to. So if you're targeting to the wrong people, if your SEO is targeting or your advertising is targeting to the wrong people, then you'll have a high bounce rate. Mine's not so high, 60%. It's not massively high. Anything around 50 and below is great. Okay. And then how long they're spending on your site. So the average session time, you want to know that you've got around a minute and a half to capture their attention. Actually, you've got less than that. You've got about 5 seconds to capture their attention. But yeah, and making sure that you're targeting the right areas as well. Okay, I hope that's helpful. I know it can be a bit confusing, but just click through all the different ones, and some of the data you will understand if you have a look at it. Some of it you'll have no clue what it is, like me. But just go and have a look and see what you can understand about people that are coming to your website and what they're doing. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Signing off.